All right, so I just watched the Superman sneak peek trailer that dropped today or last night or whatever like that. As you guys know, I do not like James Gunn. His movies are okay. I do not think, however, he can do superheroes. After watching the trailer starts off once again with our fallen hero of Superman, again just completely uninspired, and it's not Superman. That'd be one thing if this particular version of Superman was maybe like John Kent, Superboy from Young Justice. I forget his name at the moment. It'd be completely fine though if it was like a depowered Superman, which again I think is inspired by the Kingdom Come story. But the title of the video though is that they're planning to kill Superman. Okay, and I think this story is inspired by All Star Superman. I watched the animated film. I did not like it. I don't think I would like the comic either. But seemingly though, right, the reason for Superman being down, in the trailer though, he's got broken ribs and fractured spleen and whatever like that, and they they go to take him and lie him down on the table to give him some sunlight, and he starts screaming as if he's in like agonizing pain. And I will say this too. I did laugh when Crypto came, started jumping on him. He was like, he's that's not Superman. Like James Gunn, dude, honestly, man, like, are you just like against your classic American superhero that you can't for once just give us a super movie? Also too, I think about this a lot as well, is that the fact that like anytime we see DC superheroes, they never get it right. Like it's always got to be something wrong. I love the I think it's Christopher Nolan films, the Dark Knight trilogy. I love it. But like why do they have Batman talk like that, right? If he didn't talk like that, I think those films would have been like almost perfect, right? And then before that, Batman '89, the four films, the first two with Michael Keaton, third one Val Kilmer, and the last one whose name I can't remember, but I didn't like two or four, but one and three though were pretty good. And then the Superman films, Zack Snyder didn't get it right. He almost did, but he didn't. But I firmly believe though that the DC universe is best represented in animation because they have so much going on in the world that it's hard to kind of replicate a lot of these feats in real life. And maybe not even so, but the people who work on these those films, they'll never get it right though. It's never accurate. Again, with the costume, it still looks tacky, it still looks bad. David Cornswear, whatever his name is not Superman, dude. Like he is not Superman. I wonder if these people even auditioned for the part, because you got to question like who's the one doing the casting, right? Is it James Gunn who casted these characters? Why couldn't we get characters who are also recognizable, right? Why couldn't we get like a Wonder Woman or even Wonder Girl? We got Mr. Terrific, Metamorpho, Hawk Girl, and Guy Gardner, Green Lantern. Again, just a weird, bizarre cast of characters, and it doesn't make any sense. Who's the villain? Do we even know, right? Again, with James Gunn, though, watching an interview of his on some kind of podcast, he said that he was going to involve the entire Superman mythos in this film. That's fine. I do not like the Fortress of Solitude. I don't like how it comes out the ground and transforms and does all this weird stuff. I don't think that it needs to be hidden because it's in the Arctic where most people can't go, and that's why Superman has it in the Arctic. There was no key as well. Superman has that key made out of dwarf stars, so he's the only one who can lift it, so on and so forth. There's no key. You kind of just walk right in. Again, I don't know, but that scene though at the beginning was pretty funny, I must admit. I don't think I'm gonna see the film like in theaters. I might wait to watch it like when it goes on HBO. But when I seen that trailer though, like I'm not inspired. The trailer didn't make me want to go buy a Superman costume or go read some comics or jump off my couch and pretend I could fly. It didn't do any of that for me. Every time I go to the movies and see a superhero film, right after I come out of it, I pretend I'm the character. And that sounds a little bit weird, but I think some of you guys do it too. It's a very interesting effect that superhero movies have on me. Even when I watch the anime as well, when I watch that scene from My Hero Academia where All Might fights Nomu, it's inspiring. Okay, I clench my fist too and go plus ultra. You know what I'm saying? Like these kind of things are meant to have that effect on you. They're supposed to be inspiring. They're supposed to make you want to get up and be a hero and do the right thing. First time you see James Gunn Superman, he's down on the ground, he's crying. The thumbnail of this video, I specifically use that shot because it looks awful, dude. It looks terrible. Like, I don't know why James Gunn, who approved this? Because I heard something about like how you aren't allowed to give James Gunn notes Or as a matter of fact, I think James Gunn said himself that he doesn't like take other people's notes. He might read them and you kind of toss them to the side, kind of like Eric July. Cass is weird again. I don't like Lex Luthor. I wonder just how far we are into Superman's like career, right? Like, is he just starting out, or is he getting ready to die? Like I assume he is, because it would make perfect sense for a James Gunn story to have Superman die. Maybe not by Doomsday, but maybe by who's that purple guy, Parasite, or even Lobo, or somebody who has access to kryptonite. So maybe like Metallo, which I would love to see actually, if we do get to see Metallo. But we see him fall out the sky though and like plummet. So did somebody punch him, right? Like did like not even Darkseid, Mongol. Did Mongol punch Superman all the way to the Arctic? I don't know, man. This story looks like they're gonna kill Superman again. We have the Kingdom Come story symbol, and when we see in the trailer, he's down and out for the count. He may not have the cancer, but he definitely gets hurt a lot easier. So, and broken ribs. I mean, come on, James. Like Superman has never been worried about broken ribs because he heals quickly, and he's already in the sunlight. So why is he not healed already? You know what I mean? And why does the sunlight hurt him? Right? The sunlight seems to hurt Superman. So I don't know what's going on. Again, we got a sneak peek. When are we getting the trailer? James Gunn, why are you playing with us? Why are you destroying our superheroes? Why do you suck so bad as a writer who writes superheroes? Just make villain stories in James Gunn films. I don't see why you gotta like why they thought you of all people would save the DC universe. That is an act of desperation. But that's all I wanted to say though. The sneak peek literally looks horrendous. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.